Alrighty, Fight Shank here with a quick heads up on the intermediate results, if you like. We're not quite at the end, but the intermediate results of the survey I sent out the other day. And the survey was, if I could help you with just one of these three options, which one would you like help with the most? And the options we had was paid traffic, high EPC sales funnels, and email marketing. Now, if you look at the results down here, paid traffic 42%, awesome. High EPC sales funnels 27.5%, third, and email marketing 30%. Now, you might think, oh, alright, okay, clearly most people want paid traffic. Well, turns out, when you look at the individual responses, there is something interesting going on. And because I happen to know that lots of my colleagues are on my list, I'm not going to share all the individual results. I guess you're going to have to sign up to the actual training to find out. But I can give you the high-level overview, if you like. High level, what's happening is that in paid traffic, I initially, when I put this out, it was part of an inner circle call, I asked, if you had the choice of these three, where paid traffic is the traffic arbitrage model, where you say, I'm treating traffic as a box and the offer as a box, and I'm not doing anything in between. All I'm doing is I'm buying traffic until I find the right source for the right offer. But I'm not developing the offer, I'm not building a list, I'm not putting any squeeze or pre-sales pages in between, none of that. The only thing I'm doing is figuring out or finding traffic sources, finding offers, matching them up, and figuring out which ones convert and which ones don't. Now, that was the original assumption. Turns out, of all the survey responses I got, a ton of people actually want to use paid traffic to drive it to their own squeeze pages, to build a list, to drive it to their own e-commerce stores. One guy had an e-zine he wants to have traffic to. Someone else is white label sourcing yoga products and wants to drive traffic to that kind of thing. So there are tons of different applications. And when you kind of break it down, paid traffic is no longer the number one. It kind of falls into various subcategories. Now, the one thing all of those have in common, and especially the bigger chunk of the paid traffic ones and also the high EPC sales funnel one, is that they are based around the concept of conversion. If you think, for example, about paid traffic, if you have an ad that really attracts people, that catches their eye, gets them in, that's got to do with conversion. That is the first step of conversion. And if you don't have that, it doesn't matter how well, how great the offer is at the other end. If no one clicks on your ad, they're not going to come in. Now, it turns out that whole conversion part is basically the foundation of doing proper email marketing. In a nutshell, you need to know, you absolutely need to know what people really, really want, and then you put something in front of them that they want so badly that they hand over their email address, and then you engage them. And the biggest questions we got there is like, how do I create an engaged email list? And then, once I've got them, what do I write to them so they stay engaged and not tune out? And that is all based around these fundamental principles of conversion. So, rather than go with a big number of 42%, I'm going to go with email marketing as the number one. Because once you've got that in place, all the other ones are a lot easier, a whole lot easier. Basically, it's almost, think of it like you're doing, going through a number of exercises. Once you've done these exercises, this is the other stuff, paid traffic and high EPC is paint by numbers. You just take what you've learned in email marketing, go like in module number one, here's the worksheet, pull out the stuff you put in there or got there, plug it into this module, and you're done. So that's why I'm going to go with email marketing. And for this, I'm going to put on a webinar in the next few days. Now, as you can probably hear, I've got a cold, and I'm not sure if I'm winning or the cold is winning. Let me put it this way. Last night I played football, and it was so bad, in the end I just stood in goal because my passes were like unbelievably bad. I'm not trying to say anything. My little 6-year-old daughter has no interest in football at all. It's not her thing. She does ballet. And she plays better football than I played last night. So at the moment, I'm not sure if I'm winning or the cold is winning. So I'm not committing to a specific date right now, but hopefully it'll be early next week. Like I say, I'm going to do a webinar of the 5 steps. And I've already outlined all the content. It's all sitting here. I just want to make sure I can turn up live and don't have to shift this. That's going to be the 5 specific steps you need to do to set up email marketing properly. Everything you need to. So now, when we look at all of this, so that is basically the big feedback, or the intermediate feedback. Thank you very much for taking part in this. Very cool. And you see very useful insights there, which help me create great content for you. Now, the one thing that comes out of this, looking at paid traffic, high PPC sales funnels, and email marketing, is I was talking to my buddy Vic, and when I say my buddy, I truly mean buddy. Okay, there are at most a handful of people I truly call a buddy. I don't do this I am nonsense where you go, oh look, my buddy just released this, complete erg. So Vic is a geek like myself. He loves programming, the kind of stuff, and he's very good at it, and he's figured out how to embed very cool animations in Facebook. Now, if you can grab people's attention in Facebook with paid traffic, like you put a cool, paid promoted post in there, and it really grabs people, then of course that is taking part, partly paid traffic, and it also helps you drive them into your sales funnel, and it's of course also awesome for signing them up. So I'll show you an example now of what Vic can do. So here's an example I've posted in my trusty and more rusty online rule page. And honestly, yes, this year I'm going to update this a bit more. Here you go, online rule, that's that message. Now, Facebook have just updated the way they present information from pages as opposed to the personal timeline, or what's called your personal account, and they now prefer big picture posts. So that's something Vic and I need to figure out, how to now display the big fancy image here as opposed to this little preview, but you get the idea, and that's going to be sorted very soon. So you have this, it pops up in your timeline, you go, oh, that's quite interesting, and you click on here. Now, normally when you click on this, this would redirect you to an external page. Wow, watch this here. Boom, there it comes. Isn't that very nice? And now look at this here. It's an image. This turned an image. So that's the first thing people go, wow, that's really interesting. Now click here. Oh, look, it's an animation. That's really cool. And now basically you've got a well, it's like a slideshow. Not a PowerPoint, but you've got slides. And you can do anything in here. Any type of content. You don't need to use this particular design. I don't know if you heard the sound effect. Vic has put in some sound effects. You don't have to use that. You can do anything in like there. Call to action. Some more motivational stuff, and then opt in. Here we go. My name is John Wayne, and I want to shoot at stuff.com, whatever. There you go, submit, and then you sign up. Now, Vic has a huge variety of different templates you can use. I'll show you a couple of examples, okay? So here's something you can do, the sound effect, I don't know if you can hear it in the recording. Go over there, and you can have silly little things, like this here. You could have a little monkey coming in, and then it join, you sign up straight in here or send people to your page. Here's one he did for a rather big MLM company. It goes at the end to one of their products, where you sign up as a new member. So there you go. You've got Bill doing push-ups, and once again you can sign up about the the great product they've got there. So yeah, that's the idea. Tons of different ways you can do this. Whether there is technology out there where you can play a YouTube video and sign up. Boohoo! That's been around for a long time. But what Vic figured out is how to do all kinds of cool stuff. Basically anything you can animate, and that is very, very cool. So for this, I'm going to put a link down below. Okay, you can go on a list. Now, turns out Vic's mum isn't, has to do an emergency trip to the doctors, and Vic is out there with her. My prayers go out to them. Hopefully everything is all clear, and he should be back in the next couple of days. But as soon as he is, we'll put on a webinar and we'll show you all this stuff, how it's done. Okay, cool. So all you need to do right now is keep an eye on your inbox, and the other one, actually, if you're new to this and you don't know about me and my list, I'll put down a link down below where you can sign up for updates on the email thing, and also a link for the cool stuff you can do in Facebook, because it really combines all of these here: paid traffic, high PPC sales funnel, and email marketing. Alrighty, speak to you soon. Bye.